Let us welcome to the studio our woman crush tonight. Her name is Jackline, aka the Chapati Mistress. Welcome to studio.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming through. We are celebrating you today because we have seen your journey and we would love to share it with everybody else.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor, honestly.
So we know you do chapati.
When napenda chapo, kwanza brown.
It's a brown, eh? Let me be honest. I don't know how to make chapati.
And it's okay. That's why I'm here. And I say it's fine.
It's not okay.
It is really fine.
Do you feel
and I respect women so much, especially because people have a notion, they think it's only guys who support my business.
Yeah.
But I really do honor women who own it and say sijui nakubali tu. So that's why Chapati Mistress is here. We do the most, you don't have to.
You do all the work for us.
Yeah.
You see, you must work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, that's
this
the thing.
is why we have the Chapati Mistress with us. How did you know your chapatis were just dope? When did you just wake up one day and you're like, you know what, me chapo zangu zina slap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Mistress, let me just explain why Mistress and not any other name. It's because you have masters. He's a master in what he does.
Yeah.
And when you own what you do, you craft and derive ways to be good at it.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I'm the female version of a master, so Mistress. It didn't just happen. Consistency, practice, and having to do it day in, day out.
Yeah.
That's how people look at them and this is perfect, but it's not perfection. It is just dedication, nakupenda. So it's not like I woke up one day and said, ati chapo zangu they're the best. No, no. I think now also the fact that I do them in bulk and still have the same quality. Now that's where you can say for sure, ni Mistress. But najua there are people who can make good chapos, just not in volumes. I'm still waiting for someone who will come forward and say, kupenda chapo. Sisi sote tulipenda chapo tukigrow. Like literally. Because it was an occasional food. It wasn't just any other day.
Christmas, yeah.
Yeah.
It's as you have guests.
Yeah.
And these people too on a regular day. Lazima ikuwe yani.
Yeah.
Very special occasion.
Special occasion.
Yeah. So for me growing up, I'm the only girl and the firstborn.
Wow.
My mom loved cooking. And unfortunately, yes, I would really, as a girl, you're always with your mom and you're watching. Even though not actively, helping out, I could see how and we loved chapo. And people loved our house. Kila time you wanasema, chapo zao zinakuanga poa. But I didn't know. If anyone told me this is what I do for a living, I couldn't have known. But now I see how that background really just inspired me to do what I do. Because even though my mom passed on, nikiwa mdogo kiasi siwezi sema I used to make them for her. She really did inspire me because whether it's githeri, whether it's ugali, she always gave it her best. You see, when you do something and you're not just doing it for the pay, you love it, it becomes, just becomes something worth waking up to. And for me, making chapos, and I do rolling chapatis, I make 10 chapatis in 15-20 minutes. So it's really just becomes so easy. Easy.
Let me tell you, the first time I ever tried making chapos, they came out hard.
Yeah.
Hard to the point where I made just was my mom. Yeah, imagine they were fine, but I rolled them, they came out hard. I told my mom today, we're eating Mexican. You've never had tacos in your life?
Yeah, today is the first time. Yeah, you just change the entire menu,
Because my chapos are just, mine are tragic. Mine are completely tragic.
They become mabati, chapati mabati.
Hey, chapati mabati is an underestimate. You could go and get it on the mesa like this, na vunjiki.
But it takes just knowing the quantities. Yeah, okay. Definitely.
Preparation is everything.
It is everything. Yeah. And for chapos, it's not like I tell people mood. Mood comes in handy. Sometimes I just post something so random and then it trends and I'm like, you see, for me, when I do these things, I don't do them for likes. And that is why whether people are liking my content or not, I still post 10 posts a day. But then I think it's just knowing that be in the right mood, it's like you sanctify your recipes. Yeah. So I can close my eyes and do 4 cups of unga, 400 mils of water, and I know this is 10 chapos.
So
it's just getting the quantities right. Yeah. So yours tukauka, you must have had a not so soft dough, and probably the rolling was off. I don't know. I'm just trying to tell you, there is hope.
No, it's good because you're the experts at least.
I think prior started making chapos, I was in a marriage, and then it came to an end, and then it dawns on you, you have literally nothing you can do to sustain yourself. And in my case, I am a mom of two very beautiful babies, and at that point they were number one my motivation, and I was looking for a job that I can do without, you know, when you're doing an 8 to 5, and it's okay, not everyone is, you know, is privileged enough to be self-employed. There's some conditions, and my youngest was even not school age, so I had to now think of leaving her at a daycare, so I really needed something that I can do, and at the same time I'm not neglecting my mom duties. And so chapos for me were the easiest thing I knew. Also, I didn't have a budget, like I had no capital to start off, so I had to think quick, and I thought unga na mafuta. The first chapos I made, and I think in as much as we are not spiritual, I think just you know when you hit your finish, like you get to the edge, and then God just says, I can see for sure this one has no other means. So I just made chapos. Kayole, mimi ni mtu wa Islando, so nimepika chapos zangu zilikuwa 34, and I keep saying that because the tweet is still on Twitter, and I made them. The major thing that happened was that I posted just like a random tweet. Nikacha brothangu, our last one, nikamwambia niangalilie watoi kidogo because it was on a Saturday. And then I hit the road with my hot pot. Na sijauzia watu chapo kwa soko. If you know Kona Market Kayole, so I went there. Started telling people napikanga chapo, lakini leo nikaona niwauzie. But when I came back, I found the tweet had gone viral. So my plan was to hawk kidogo, buy an umbrella, get a jiko, do my thing. Then God had other plans. So now I get my DM is flooded, notification mentions. Everybody's asking, where do you make them from? And those chapos, they were not as legit as the ones that I make now. Like they were not even layered. It's just God using that particular. So you'll get to a point where you get that breaking, you know, the breakthrough. It's what you do with it. So for me, it's not like I had this plan on a catching. No. So chapos were it for me, because I knew at the end of the day, making them, delivering, coming back, getting my babies, getting them ready to bed, wake them, that is everything. Every mom looks for something that will not distract them from, you know, so you don't,
What makes you think that Kenyans love chapos so much?
They do. I'm a testament. Ask me if the Ministry of Food or whatever they want, is it food or whatever, they would ask for statistics. I would be very willing to give them. Kenyans love chapatis. And another thing about us I've realized is not people nowadays don't just love food, they want good food.
They want good food.
Yes, that is why people would ask why chapatis, and they're still selling, because quality is nothing. You don't compromise on quality. And
So
I will thank God for
you
them.
only do chapos?
I do chapos. See, I started with chapatis. Now this is what, you know, as you grow, you reinvent yourself. So I was making plain white chapatis. I started making atta chapatis. COVID happened. I went to Moranga, did some farming. While I was there, I was still looking for something, you know, gluten-free. So I thought about arrowroot, still working on that. And then when I came back, that's when I introduced all these carrot chapatis, butternut chapatis, dania chapatis.
Tonight we're with our woman crush, the Chapati Mistress. Namaze, let me tell you, you're such an inspiration, because most people don't know this. Your last level of education is
high school.
So would you say that education really matters, or is the key or the pivotal point for everybody? You must go through this for you to become successful.
Honestly speaking, education is important, but it isn't everything. I feel like for the longest time, and then probably that is what steered us to having CBC, because now it's based on competence. Sometimes you just narrowed down to papers, and then you just sit there and wait for things to happen, because you believe I have these papers, so why am I not getting this particular job? But I think it's more of now trying to look deep inside you and see what is other thing that, if everything, education was scrapped off my life, what else would I be, you know? And I think that is where skills come in. So I would really definitely, I am in school now, because and that is what I love about what I'm doing now, because now whatever I'm partaking is to do with, you know, how to run and manage my business, because I didn't have any marketing or any business related knowledge. And so me having been a high school, not a dropout, because I did good. But honestly speaking, because I'm a parent, I wouldn't say education isn't important. It is important, just do not be limited to your papers. Yes, you really have to go that extra mile. it's very human sometimes to complain, and you never really understand it until you're off it, and then you look back. So when we say time heals or time reveals a lot, for me now I understand it wasn't in vain. Was I complaining back then? Yes. I used to feel so bad. Let me tell you, I used to sometimes sit and ask, why did I not even get to high school? Like, I mean, past high school, because I was really good. And then I realized our paths are different. Fate varies. Even if you had a twin sister, your life will be different. They might choose a different path and yours is different. But are you aiming at a goal? Yes. Do you need your papers to get there? God knows. So yes, I do wish. Sometimes I do not wish my life was any different. Because again, if you didn't succumb, it's because you had a purpose.
Yes.
It never killed me. It made me strong. It made me who I am. And yes, had it not been for those situations, probably I wouldn't be grounded.
But have you experienced any kind of problems where, you know, you've either been trolled or someone's been using your chapatis, saying these are yours, and how did you handle that?
Trolls. Twitter is one interesting app. Before I was Chapati Mistress, I was Jackie Davis. Davis is my dad's name. And luckily, it's my personality. I've never been a troll, so never have I ever attacked anyone. But trust you me, before I learned that every other person out there is not like me, it took me a lot of deactivating my account, taking days off, my account being reported, sometimes suspended. And I think that for me has really just, you know, made me look at Twitter from a point of, it'd be very naive to be just there for the heydays and the upload. So I am used to trolling, and sometimes it's not just trolling. It's people who, because online business, people will come forward with genuine complaints. When they air them out there, you are the one who is being addressed, but they are spectators. There are those people who are watching, and let me tell you, yes, there is a project we did on what it is like being a woman and working on social media platforms. It's really tasking. If you notice, my page doesn't have my photos nowadays, because you really want to prove that it is not just what you're seeing. I put work, and I want my work to speak for me. So trolling is part of, so we are not advocating for trolls, but we say just if you put yourself out there, be ready for anything. Today they're praising you, tomorrow they'll be on your neck. Just brace yourself for everything. Hey, sisi ni wala wase. Kenyans on Twitter are everything, because in equal measure, when they come through, they come through. And just the small specks, you know, akukosangi, and it kind of spoils for everyone. But Kenyans are great people. Yeah,
we are.
The advantage that comes in now having an online, you know, clientele and offline is that if today, and that is what I was relying on for the past 2 years, and then I was like, no, start networking offline. And so I have a joint. I have Chapati Mistress running, and it's for training purposes, dispatch pickup. I used to do a bit of stews until people now started there to come and banter. And I'm like, my job really needs focus. You don't want to chit chat. But I think everyone is running to online business, not because offline isn't doing much, because every single person has a gadget. So in as much as ata kama ni mama mboga, if you just tap into that online exposure, it will do you much good. So it's not, nobody, squeeze kila mtu akona, simadi shoshangu akona touch. And shout out to her. She's my namesake. Yes.
Shout out to Shosh, But okay, as we wind up, we're talking about something on the show, right?
Yeah.
So the question basically was, why do you think that men refuse to spend the night at a female's house? What do you think is the reason?
They want to maintain their frame. Is it their frame?
Toxic masculinity.
Toxic, I know. That's the thing. There is this thing about I want to be manly, and I do not want to come forward as being, you know, so dependent, and they want to. Naturally, men are made to be, you know, the providers, and so they feel like even if they're not doing it, even if it's I who has asked my person, hey, you know, and I have no problem with him moving in or something, somebody somewhere will be like, alikaliwa huyu amesota, huyu ananga kitu, and sometimes it's not it. So it is not even to do with the person, but they just want to not look like some type of a guy who is just lying there na anapewa chakula na bibi, because you could be even living with a woman and you're the one who is providing, as long as when ulienda huko. So I totally understand where they're coming from. It is in the society. It's society. We have to unlearn. You can.
It feels very supported. I know, that's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, bonga points. Zitaenda. Bonga points.
But Jackline, thank you so much
Asante
for coming through.
Yeah.
If you can tell us like how we can reach you on social media, into your camera, your parting shot to your fans, what should we expect coming up? How many more chapatis are you going to leave us?
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah, exclusive chapatis.
Thank you so
we
much.
Be your taste testers.
Yes, before I wish them a Chapatiful day, I'm Chapati Mistress across all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I usually have every information there. My number is there. And usually what to look out for, I mean, recently introduced minced meat chapatis. They should try them, and they should also maybe just make an effort of referring and telling a friend about Chapati Mistress. We are the home of customized chapatis. Physical, Don Home. For physical, if you want to just drop by and pick your chapatis, Don Home Phase 8.
Phase 8.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Within Nairobi, out of Nairobi, and even diaspora. And I really want to thank the people who have supported me so far. I have customers across
the world.
Honestly, it's Kenyan. It's just the love. Yes.
But thank you so much. You're such an inspiration, and that's why you have been our woman crush tonight. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep inspiring. Keep blessing us with food, because food does actually connect people.
Yeah,
that's
it's a love language.
Thing that we'll all sit down and eat together.
That's the thing. Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Asante.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back with some more vibes.